These are the special edition 11 Pro TONI KROOS colorway. Of course, an homage to one of the most incredible midfielders of all time, the German maestro. These are absolutely beautiful. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I think these are some of the best looking football boots, but why I think they're kind of average. Let's hop into it. So with the unboxing, you get a limited collection Adidas box, which is very, very standard. Big Adidas logo there on the top. It is a drawer style box, which we'll get into in just a second. You've got a limited collection logoing there, and then on the other side, and then of course here is your size tag. Of course, I'm talking about the TONI KROOS or TK version of the 11 Pro in firm ground. I did go half a size down per usual with the 11 Pro, especially this remake. It fits like a half a size long. These are a UK 8, a 42, and a 26.5 centimeters. So let's get straight into the unboxing. Wow, yes. Okay, so little 11 Pro. I really like this bag. Instead of having like a big Adidas or whatever, they have the old 11 Pro logoing in gold, the logo in gold down here, and then the black laces or the black little strings, essentially. Really like these Adidas bags. I use them actually all the time for all sorts of different stuff, and they are super, super nice. And they pack away really nice. Really fun fact, I actually have like 3 or 4 of these that I keep in my suitcase, and so I can fit like all of my athletic clothing in one of these, and then all of my smelly clothes. If I can't do laundry, I'll put in one of these, because these Adidas bags are actually super useful. So that's what I use them for, outside of obviously the boots. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days. Oh my days. Wow. Look at those. So some really cool details. These look absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you guys did see the Champions League final or are keeping up with any of the Euros, TONI KROOS is actually wearing this colorway. Obviously, we'll talk about sort of the difference between his boots and these boots, but let's get this other one out of the box as well. There you go. There's that left shoe. Absolutely stunning, if I'm honest. Black, gold, and white looks unbelievable. Okay, there we go. Throw this bad boy down there. And here we go. I'm actually going to take this little tag off just so you can see the boots a little bit better. So, of course, these are the same 11 Pro remakes as the white and blue original ones that we got. And then there is a Pro Direct pair that I actually have once my hands are free. The Pro Direct pair I have right here in black, and then as you can see, my other pair of the white ones, the sort of the color that TONI KROOS got really famous for, is right here. Those are actually worn quite a bit. I really love them. I've been wearing the black ones as well, and these are equally as good and also really stealthy and fun. So from a tech feature perspective, these 11 Pro in the gold and white are going to be the exact same. Now, this is not a one-to-one remake. Of course, with TONI KROOS's pair, he's got some of the customization, like the flag, and I think a couple other things here. And then he also has the German flag on the back, and then he also uses the sole plate that has all of the bladed studs. So it's a completely different boot in a lot of ways. And then of course he has the K leather in the forefoot. Now, in a recent Bootcast podcast, I was listening in, and they were talking about whether or not this boot is actually better quality than the other boots. And although it does feel maybe a little bit more plush, it is the same calfskin leather. So as far as I know, this is exactly the same as any of the other colorways, at least as far as the remake goes. Obviously, TONI KROOS has a K leather version, I'm pretty sure. And he uses his, and has like all the premium made in Germany, you know, extra touches from the Adidas factory there. There are only 5,000 pairs of these worldwide. The only downside, and I've said this on a lot of videos of the limited release ones, but for limited editions, when they are, especially when there are like less than 5,000 pairs, I would say 5,000 is kind of a good cutoff. That's still a lot of pairs in general. I just wish they were numbered. If you're gonna say they're one of 5,000, like it's one thing to say, hey, you know, this one was limited edition, or the Trent boots were limited edition. Although I think the Trent boots actually only had about 1,000 pairs made. In that one's case, and then in a couple of the other boots' case, if you say it's 1 out of 5,000, if the brand comes out and says there's only 5,000 of these, you gotta number them. You gotta number them. You have to, because that makes it so much more desirable and so much more interesting to collectors, to the aftermarket. And it just makes it special to have that number right here. I mean, I have a couple pairs of limited boots that have the numbering on them, and it's so cool to just kind of look at it and be like, damn, that is really, really awesome. So anyway, I digress about the limited edition situation. But overall, exact same. So as I said before, he did play Champions League final in this pair of boots and against Dortmund, and then has been wearing the white and gold throughout the Euros, obviously his own edition and all that stuff. This is a full calfskin leather upper, which you can see right there, this little logo. That means, so that's the calfskin leather logo. The entire upper is calfskin, which is actually fantastic, gives you a really nice moldable experience. And although I don't think this boot is overly special, if let's say Toni Kroos didn't wear them and they just released this 11 Pro as the new, I don't know, maybe Copa Gloro or something like that. Obviously this is way higher quality than the Copa Gloro. Let's say they released this as like an upper scale, or even the new Copa Pure, right? If this was like the new Copa Pure 3 or something like that, I think people would actually be fine with this. It isn't as high tech as the Pures are, even though it does use the same sole plate. But as an overall package, it's actually really, really comfortable, and it sort of melts away from your foot in the sense that you don't really notice it on your feet, which is really nice. Very clean striking surface, it being an all leather boot. They're quite lightweight for what they are as well, and I do think that this calfskin leather upper actually does a really nice job of molding around your foot. In the case of these ones, which I'll take out actually just to show you. So these ones obviously are well worn in, quite a lot of turf staining on them. And as you can see, I'll put them on the overhead camera. That's my foot shape compared to the original shape of the boot. So I do have quite a wide foot. And as you can see in this area, it's definitely sort of, you can see it kind of bulging over the side of the lateral side. That's where my foot's widest, but they actually do a really nice job of breaking in. And I imagine if I did decide to wear the gold 11 Pros, they would break in just as easily as these white and blue ones have. And I gotta be honest, the white and blue ones have actually done a really nice job, which is great. So from a break-in perspective, the calfskin leather is actually really nice. And although it's not as locked in, you slide around just a little bit. I would say that this boot is just comfortable, period. It just does a really nice job of being super comfy. And to be honest, that's probably why Kroos just decided to wear them forever. And that's something to think about as well. Then you do get the tooling from the old Nemesis line. So this is the torsion frame, as you can see right there, in this metallic gold ombreed into like a flat or a matte gold into the white. Super beautiful. And then you have the Toni Kroos signature right there in the forefoot as well. A really nice touch, which you also get in the removable sock liner, which I'll pull out if I can. There we go. Beautiful. So there you go. You got the 11 Pro with number 8 and then the whatever the hell his signature is. So you got, yeah, Toni Kroos signature on there. Very nice touches. So I'm glad they did a little bit more personal touches with this one compared to the previous two. Obviously, I know this all black version was a Pro Direct, it's got the Pro Direct logo in there. This is a Pro Direct exclusive, so, they did like an all black model of it, and it wasn't technically like a Toni Kroos boot, but these ones and the blue ones definitely were as well. Some of the stitching in the forefoot is supposed to be for, to kind of prevent stretching, which I have found to be the case. I don't think this upper has stretched really well to my foot. And then I have had a little bit of extra room in certain areas, especially through the midfoot. Although I do appreciate that they did add a racer's loop, or a runner's loop, I guess, in the boots as well. So you can really do that runner's knot and tie this piece right through here really tight, which although this boot isn't meant to be super locked in and not necessarily, you know, boasting a ton of lockdown, it does help quite significantly when the boots are starting to get broken in, so that you don't have any either weird gaps here on either side of your ankle, or you get any sort of slippage in this midfoot area. The suede liner as well throughout the entirety of the upper, you get this white suede liner that is really lovely. It feels very premium, feels very nice, reminds me a lot of, I would say, a slightly less premium model, slightly less premium version of what's on the Asics boots or Asics boots, and it does a great job. So regardless of whether you're wearing grip socks, non-grip socks, this liner does a great job of making you feel quite locked into the boot, which with a boot like this that doesn't have any sort of performance enhancing benefits other than just the comfort, is really nice. It's a great touch. So for me, this is one of those boots that I want to sit on and just enjoy and probably have somewhere in my collection. I might replace the blue ones with these, and then I'll go and beat the crap out of those blue ones, continue to play in the black ones as well, because they are one of those boots that I love just jumping into, not having to worry about anything, and just being super, super comfortable. And that's what I love about this remake. And as I said before, the caveat is I don't think this boot is overly exceptional by any means. Like, put this up against a Morelia 2 made in Japan, and it completely, like, the Morelia 2 is a far better football boot, although honestly I prefer this sole plate over that one. But outside of that, this just does what it's supposed to do, and that's just to be a really comfortable boot. You can the passing feels great, shooting feels great, and really no complaints. So let's get these on feet. I'll show you guys what this absolutely stunning pair of football boots looks like with a full kit, and we will have some final thoughts with, of course, wrapping up Toni Kroos's career. Let's hop into it. All right, fam, out here in the backyard with the Toni Kroos 11 Pro. Let's just get these on feet. These look unfreaking believable. I am absolutely stoked to get these on. I think they're gonna look sensational with pretty much any kit. For those who don't know, WeFoot grip socks is my favorite pair of grip socks on the market. They come in these ones, which are the thin model, or they have the thick model. You can find 20% off in the discount code in the description box below. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes, lovely. Lovely, lovely. These just fit like a glove. Keep in mind, I did go half a size down, if you remember from the unboxing portion. These are an 8.5, and they fit perfectly. Still a little bit of room, just a tiny bit of room on the end, but I go half a size down because these 11 Pros fit a little bit long, long enough that you definitely should go half a size down from your normal US sizing, and they fit perfectly. Goodness gracious. I could use the runner's knot, but I'm going to wait for a little while I break these in. There we go. God, they look so good, honestly. These are, they're so comfy. And that's the whole point of the 11 Pro remake. They're lightweight, they feel good. This, in my opinion, they should just make this the Copa Pure. This is a Copa Pure. It's pure, it's easy, it's clean. It's super, super simple, and there's no BS. I think they would absolutely smash it if this was the Copa Pure, because compared to the Copa Pure, I would wear this pretty much any day, because it's the same sole plate, and then it's just miles more comfortable, especially in the heel area, and just the toe box just feels incredible. So yeah, here we go. Look at those. Man, I think these look so good on feet. And they're comfortable. There's a little bit of pressure here on the outside, but that's to be expected for pretty much every boot I review. These break in perfectly well, though. I know that obviously from now breaking in 2 different pairs of this exact same shoe. And my goodness, one of the things that they have absolutely nailed with this football boot is the heel area. It is so comfortable. The suede just lines your foot really well, and I think it does a fantastic job of feeling really, really comfortable. There's a full look at the Toni Kroos 11 Pros. what can you say about a boot that looks like this, man? It's so good. They're so good looking. They're so good looking. And although, again, as I said, I don't think this is the best leather boot on the market. I don't even think it's in the top 10 boots on the market. However, for something that's just a, like, hey, I want to grab something that's lightweight, that's fun, that's easy, that's plush, great for like manipulating, controlling, passing the ball, and you want to play like small-sided or something, dude, 11 Pro Remake is the way to go, because they are super comfortable. They've got a great underfoot feeling with that torsion frame sole plate, and the leather on the upper is good enough. Like it's very, very suitable for what this boot is meant to be. Touch on the ball, very plush, very fantastic. It's not as plush as I'm always mixing up Copa Gloro. Copa Gloro is kind of like this a little bit. These feel more premium than those, even though those are calf leather as well. What am I thinking of? Copa Icon. The Copa Icon is like a little extra premium calf leather, and it's definitely more plush than these. So these kind of sit like in between the Copa Icon and the Copa Gloro, as far as, you know, Icon's like the most plush, beautiful sensation. These, and then the Copa, now I'm mixing up my names again. Copa Gloro, and then at the bottom of that, the thinnest of those is the Mundial. So the Mundial actually has like the thinnest leather in my opinion. But yeah, touch on the ball feels great. It's so seamless, like no distractions. It's very, very simple, and you can, I mean, there's a reason why Kroos wears this pair of football boots, because there's literally nothing, like you don't even have to think about the fact that the boots are on your foot. You just are doing any sort of manipulation you want. It all feels the same. The upper is super seamless, and that's kind of it. Now, as I mentioned in the 1 month review, from a performance perspective, these aren't the most amazing boots on the market. That's just the way they are. Yes, they're gonna be expensive because of the heritage, because of the fact that they're a remake, because this particular colorway is that Kroos colorway. Is it worth it? Yeah. Just because of the color and the heritage of Kroos and all that stuff. It's a bummer that they didn't make a 1-to-1 with the K-leather and with like all the premium stuff with the sole plate and everything. But honestly, I personally am gonna be a fan of the torsion frame over the original sole plate. I actually did a training session with a friend, Henry, who you probably saw. It was like a versus video between his boots and my boots. He actually wears the same size as Kroos, so he bought like the original, he bought the actual 1-to-1 remakes, and I tried them on, and the sole plate is like fine. I'm sure it'd be great on FG, but as far as a hybrid sole plate, I like the torsion frame much better. So I don't know, it's up to you, I guess. Obviously they didn't make a 1-to-1 of these, but man, these are cool. And the fact that there's only 5,000 pairs in the world is also pretty sick, because I'm sure there is a lot more demand than that for these particular boots. So hope you guys enjoyed that video for today. If you do have any questions about the 11 Pro Remake, leave them down in the description box below. I really like these. These probably aren't going to get a ton of wear time. There will not be a play test on these, because I already have a bunch of videos on the other TONI KROOS 11 Pro Remakes, which they're the same boots, so you guys can go and watch those from like a tech feature perspective. But I definitely might do like a short or something. So go over to Instagram, follow me on Instagram at noah.cavanaugh, and you can see maybe some more content, or at least some photos of the Kroos remakes. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. First link down in the description box below for the WeFoot Grip Socks discount code. As always, be awesome, take care. I'll see y'all in the next video.